Back in 2008, as the global financial crisis unraveled, researchers at the Ivy Business School put leadership on trial. They asked one question: why did leadership fail? They ran focus groups across North America, Europe, and Asia. A pattern emerged. The breakdown wasn't about competence. People knew their craft. It was character, specifically strengths that were left unsupported by other dimensions. It wasn't about people with devil horns. Most often, people meant to do good. But when courage and drive weren't balanced with humility, judgment was compromised, and even the smartest teams could be nudged into reckless decisions. The implication was clear. The leadership failures were failures of character. While competence is critical, it is insufficient. The conclusion drawn then was to elevate character alongside competence, so judgment stayed sound not only under pressure, but in the everyday choices that quietly add up. Whether you're in a formal role, leading from wherever you stand, or trying to bring your best and spark it in others, character development is for everyone. When competence is hardwired into how we work, character is the differentiator for people, teams, and organizations. Research backs this up. In his book, Return on Character, Fred Keel found that leaders perceived as having strong character delivered 5 times greater return on assets. Likewise, studies from the Ivy Business School show that strong character leadership is associated with measurable benefits, including an 18% increase in employee voice, a 16% increase in psychological safety, a 14% increase in perceived leader effectiveness, and a 10% increase in leader resilience. Put simply, character is the root system that powers competence, the leaves and fruit. Deep roots feed and steady the tree so skills can grow tall and bear results. Shallow roots, the canopy weakens, especially in storms. Character drives competence. Humility keeps you learning and expanding. Courage pushes you into stretch work and growth. Integrity aligns choices with values, building trust and raising standards. Strengthen the roots, and the canopy becomes stronger, steadier, and more fruitful. But what is character actually? We toss around words like courage, drive, humility, integrity, and it can start to feel like a bag of good-sounding terms without being able to really understand it, or like scattered puzzle pieces without the full picture. For centuries, thinkers from Confucius in the East to Aristotle in the West have explored what it means to live with character. Later, psychologists like Peterson and Seligman advanced this work through the lens of positive psychology. Today, the study of character has moved into management and leadership across fields as diverse as finance, sport, education, and government. Across these disciplines, one theme is clear. At its core, strong character is a set of virtues, human excellences, that enable us to flourish as individuals and as communities. These virtues are habits of being, the ways we think, feel, and act that shape our habit of judgment and how we operate in the world. To make this concept practical, even in the largest organizations, we use the character wheel developed by researchers at the Ivy Business School. It identifies 11 dimensions that work together to guide judgment. And in our work, character is not only about morals and ethics. It's also about the daily practice of judgment and decision-making that drives sustained excellence and well-being for ourselves, for others, and for society. Think orchestra. Judgment is the conductor, drawing on every section at the right time in the right way. Humility, courage, temperance, integrity, humanity, justice. Each is an instrument with its own tone. When a section is underdeveloped, it doesn't show up. The piece skews, not because one strength is too much, but because it's unsupported by the others. The answer isn't to mute what's strong, it's to strengthen what's missing so the conductor has a full ensemble to call on. And character is universal. Virtues hold up across context, culture, and time. But their expressions can differ. In some cultures, respect, a behavior of humility, means steady eye contact. In others, it means avoiding eye contact. Same virtue, different expression. The variation shows up at the individual level too. For one person, courage is saying no to set a boundary. For another, it's saying yes to step into an opportunity. Our job is to notice the nuance, how virtues and vices actually show up in different ways. A shared language becomes a pair of glasses. It sharpens what we see in ourselves and others, and helps us coach what needs to grow next. The character wheel maps 11 dimensions of character, each essential. Imbalance is where vice creeps in. Drive, like the engine of a race car, can can be dangerous without temperance, the braking system that keeps it in check. Drive operates as a strength only when balanced by temperance. Or, too little courage shows up as hesitation, whereas courage without the support of humility turns into recklessness, the very pattern the 2008 crisis laid bare. Integrity without humanity becomes dogmatic, harsh, and rigid. The fix isn't to mute what's strong, it's to strengthen what's missing so the system can hold. Each of us, often without realizing it, have cultivated character made up of both virtues and vices, like those shown in the tables here. Our character is always visible in our behavior, whether we realize it or not. The good news is, character isn't fixed. It can be strengthened. While people, contexts, and cultures inevitably shape us, the responsibility and the opportunity to grow our character intentionally for the better rests with us. The work is to build the virtues, deliberately and in balance, so our judgment and decision-making grow more reliable, in the high-stakes moments and in the small, everyday choices that shape us and those around us. Take burnout. Character, with its rich vocabulary, gives us a map for why we burn out and a personal route to be better. We often assume it's just high drive with low temperance, but burnout also comes from other imbalances. Strong humanity without integrity turns into overgiving, saying yes when your values and needs say no. Strong accountability without collaboration means carrying the load alone. Courage without humility leads to overcommitment and risky timelines. Any imbalance compromises our efforts. When we notice these patterns in ourselves and in others, we can finally target what's actually needed to improve. But when we hear about character, we think of someone else who needs it, our colleague, our friend, our boss. That's because we judge ourselves by our intentions, but others by their behaviors. And research shows we're not as self-aware as we think. Organizational psychologist Tasha Eurich found that while 95% of people believe they are self-aware, only 10 to 15% actually are. That's where character gives us a lens, because character is visible in behavior. When we turn that lens inward, we start to see the gap between who we mean to be and how we actually show up. That awareness creates accountability. It offers a roadmap that gives us hope and shows us that we can, with intention, grow into the person we aspire to be and shape how others experience us. Reflect on your character. Which dimensions are reliable strengths? And where are the imbalances? How are they shaping your performance, your relationships, your well-being? Awareness is a strong start, but it isn't enough. Knowing you need more humility doesn't mean it will show up in the moment. That's why researchers at the University of Oxford and Wake Forest University developed 7 strategies for character growth, designed to move you beyond awareness and into real practice. These strategies can be adapted for individuals, teams, and entire organizations. Still, you might be thinking this all sounds a bit theoretical. That's exactly why we created Virtuosity, to turn complex, evidence-based insights into simple, daily practices. Like the gym, character grows strongest when we follow a smart, intentional plan built on reps practiced in the small moments of daily life. How you listen, how you invite challenge, how you share credit, how you keep small promises, how you pace your work. Each rep strengthens the system, so your character is ready when it counts, keeping judgment clear and decisions sound in both the big moments and the micro moments. One small rep every day, a step toward the person you aspire to become. You have only one character. It's vital to your performance and well-being, so take charge of it and transform not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you. Mary Crossan, co-founder of Virtuosity and a leading voice in character research, often challenges us to consider, who are you becoming while you are busy doing? And who will you choose to become today?